Hi everyone, Brian from Variable Traders. Wednesday, January 10th. This is the midweek video where we'll take a look at what's been happening so far in the markets. And also we'll take a look ahead for the last two trading days of this week. Of course, Friday we've got earnings season officially kicking off with some of the big financials reporting. So that'll add some excitement as we close out the week. So let's get down and look at some of these charts and see where we've been so far. And before we start looking at the charts, let's take a quick look at my book on Amazon. It's available, How to Swing Trade. This is the short advertisement section of the post. So strategies that I use as a swing trader. So let's get down and start looking at some charts. Again, like to start out with the treasuries, the bond yields. Always like to keep an eye on those. You can see the 2 years definitely been on a steady uptrend here. Nice rounding bottom. Bit of a cup and handle. It's a nice cup and handle actually. You can see that cup and there's the handle and then breakout. And the 2 years really been moving higher. So we're keeping that eye on that in relation to the 10-year, which is has gapped up. It was off a little bit today, the 10-year Treasury Yield, which was kind of interesting because the CPI numbers that came in today were sort of in line, but they were also still pretty hot. And, it's just forcing maybe the Fed possibly this year to move more aggressively, raising rates and taking things off the balance sheet. So, but anyway, we got a bit of a pullback yesterday. I don't believe this is completely updated, but it is sort of hanging around this level today. The transports today, really not a very good day, and just sort of stuck in this range here, volume kind of average, but transport's really not going anywhere at this point. On a week, we're just down a little bit. The Dow, you can see here, opened, gap up, but a bit of a trading range. On this day here, if you were in the trading room, I did call this as a reversal candle, and you'll see that pretty much on all the indexes. I called for turnaround Tuesday, which is pretty much what we got, and then I called for a wobbly Wednesday on Friday, and again, that's pretty much what we got. We kind of finished sort of in the middle of the trading range on the day. On the Dow, we were down a little bit. You can see here volume pretty light, just not a lot of buyers. Not a lot of sellers, but not a lot of buyers. So could be an indication we're just waiting for earnings season to kick off and see where things go from there. So again, you can see here the cues, turnaround, sell off on Monday, came right back up, turnaround Tuesday, and again, wobbly Wednesday where we just traded inside a range here. And look at the volume dropping right off. And I'm guessing volume will be low again tomorrow, and I'm guessing that this will also be a very muted trading day with some ups and downs, but little progress one way or the other. The weekly, we are up on the week so far. And again, sort of the SPY, almost exactly the same chart. Again, volume really dropping off. And let's take a look at the IWM. IWM did not have a good day today. And we did get this turnaround, this comeback Monday and then turnaround Tuesday. And so a lot of weakness in the IWM here on Wednesday today. So I'll be looking to see if the stochastics do, but this is certainly sort of at an area right now. This 212 area continues to be support for the IWM, but again, some weakness on the small caps today. And again, we're at the bottom end of this trading range here. Just watch out if we lose this sort of 210 area. Is going to be a lot of downside if that happens. The dollar took a big hit today on that, probably on the CPI number, and you can see here a lot of volume on the dollar today. And the VIX, basically just not a lot of fear in the market, just sold off today. And Bitcoin did have a bit of a bounce off this 40,000 level. We did get down below it at one point, but we seem to be back above the 42,000 level. and kind of trying to hold on here, but just be aware that we are still in a downtrend. We are below all the major moving averages, the 20, the 50, the 200. So this is still firmly in a downtrend, and possibly trying to find a bottom here for some consolidation. Okay, let's quickly move to some watch stocks. Again, Apple. Always like to keep an eye on Apple because if you're looking for opportunities on pullbacks like this, Apple would be obviously a solid go-to because everybody loves Apple. So again, always good to keep this one on your radar because it's always going to be one of the ones that's going to bounce back on any market bounce. AMD, again, big pullback. Another one to keep an eye on. You can see here 3 days up, and then now we've got this indecision candle just like Apple. So I kind of feel like we're going to be stuck maybe in a range here on both of those. The Chinese stocks have really made a nice recovery here, and that's where money seemed to be flowing even on Friday and Monday when things were looking a little rocky here. But you can see here we've had a nice area of consolidation, maybe a triple bottom here. But then this area here was obviously an area of resistance. We broke out, and I suspect now we've kind of had a big move up. We're really going to get a bit of a pullback here, maybe back to this area, this 154, 155 area. May watch that area for a possible bounce and move higher. But again, always there is significant geopolitical or political risk with owning any of these Chinese companies. There is always the chance that the Communist Party is going to make some other regulation or move that's going to nail all these stocks. Anyway, Facebook, again, as I've highlighted on the weekend, this is probably a good options trade to sell out of the money puts and calls on it just to collect premium while it just chops in this range. JD has been a monster. It was a monster on Tuesday. We traded that. Again, popped up again today, but pulled back after a huge 4-day move here. So really getting extended after this break from all this downside action here. So again, expecting a bit of a pullback here. Could be the sort of the 75 area that it might find some support. I'm not sure if we'll get down here to refill this gap, but that is sort of an area here around 72.50 as well that could be interesting on JD. Again, KWeb, just sort of the overall Chinese internet market. You can see here a nice 4-day move higher as people went bargain hunting, I guess. Lucid popped up, and this is exactly where I said it would probably have some resistance right around this 47.50 area, and we topped out 47.59, which 9 cents give or take. So you can see here we did have a pullback and an indecision candle, and actually finished after all that finished down on the day. So again, maybe a pullback here to the 43 area before maybe a move higher. NVIDIA, again, sort of same as AMD. It seems to be kind of stuck in a range right now. I'm still watching TAN for some solar plays. If we do get any kind of a move on solar and the Build Back America, again, Tesla seemed to be between 1,000 and 1,200 is a good area we seem to be chopping around in. UNG's had a huge move. I mentioned this. Had some shares in UNG, and they also in other energy sector ETF, and it had a huge breakout today. Some cold snap, I guess, coming through on the east, and expected energy, natural gas usage to go up quite a bit. And I believe a lot of natural gas traders were actually caught short on this, and were forced to cover, which drove this price way up. And I suspect we'll get a pullback after that move. The dollar, or the U.S., the oil and the energy sector, again, been mentioning this as something that's just continued to be strong. We've had a really nice move, and we just continue to break out here. You can see we're broken out to a new high. And oil just keeps going up. I think the draw on the oil inventories was higher than expected. And the XLF, we've had a nice move too. So energy and financials have been good. Financials primarily due to the increase in the yields that we've been seeing. So that's it, everybody. Let's take a quick look at the futures, the way they look right now. Everything looks super flat, and I'm expecting Thursday will be a bit of a choppy day. Not a lot of volume. Volume really dropped off today, and I think we'll see a similar day tomorrow. And then we may see some volume pick up on Friday as some of the banks start to report their earnings in the morning before the market open, and the market reacts accordingly. But at this point in time, I think we're in for a fairly quiet Thursday, and then we'll see if there's some fireworks on Friday. So have a good rest of the night, everybody, and we'll see you hopefully in the Bear Bull trading room in the morning, 8 o'clock a.m. We start with engineering the markets, and then 8:30 we go through the pre-market activity, and then 9:30 trading the markets, and the first two of those are on live on video, on YouTube, I should say. So have a great rest of the evening, everybody. Bye for now.